Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be my showcase on Brutus Beefcake, the Disciple. He is the free this month, and I have great news, guys. He is really freaking good. He's the best free one we've had in a while. Um, Also, if you are a power gem enjoyer, you may end up with a new favorite card in the game. I'm just going to throw that out there. He is a focus striker. So you're going to want to hold on to his shards for evokes because focus striker shards are hard to come by. Attitude Era, focus striker, like I said. He has the NWO link, matching black gems, charges by 1. Attitude Era, gems do 10% more damage. The stock Disciple gear. Trainer, black moves start with 2 more MP, and red moves deal 75% more damage. It's definitely a niche move damage trainer. It works well for Boss Man, though. And yeah, this is my least favorite move set. Let's just dive right in. Back suplex, 7 MP green, deals 688k damage, and cause your opponent to bleed for 3 turns. During each of these turns, there's a 100% chance to deal 3 million bleed damage to your opponent. So that's 9 million bleed over 3 turns. Hardcore, if your opponent's style is chaotic, first deal 688 damage and make 8 random gems into green gems. Kind of a weird hardcore, but it's for the power slam move. And the first one is 7 MP. I wish it was 6. Then we could get Apollo on for a bleed coach. So without a middle lane, no using Apollo for bleed. Apollo would make it much more interesting. Chokehold, 7 MP, green submission, choose 8 gems to make into green sub, so it recycles itself, 678k damage, 5 turns. And then the power slam, 5 MP green, 675k damage, plus 150k bonus damage for every green gem. I also gonna switch my moves real quick, or I'll use them in the wrong order. Much better to order them in the moves you're gonna hit them, the way they come up. It makes it much safer. So Entourage, we're going to go with the sub, adding 2 greens. It doesn't add that much more damage, so if you don't have Regal, Acro Rhea, if you don't have Acro Rhea, any 2 green MP is fine. Like, for sure. In Steel, so that gets you loaded, turn 1. Kyrie for 40% bleed. If you have King Woods, he's 10% better. And then Bruno for 1 more sub for 50% more damage. Otherwise, if you have Woods, I would use Kyrie and Woods instead of Bruno personally. But you can see we're going to do 4.2 million bleed over 3 turns. So that's like, what, 12.6 million in bleed. The sub is going to do another 9.6 million. So it's like 20 million a cycle plus whatever the power slam does for us. Move damage or gem damage drop, because it should affect the power slam move, the greens. 100% gem damage drop, and we just got standard Fury 2s, nothing exciting. We're going to go here against Sammy. Actually, you know what? Let's go against Steiner, because he's chaotic, and I'll show you the hardcore move, and it's very strange, but interesting. Very strange, but interesting. So, yeah, let's get some game volume here. So yeah, we're just gonna hit that bleed and watch what the hardcore move does. It's weird, like I said. And now we're gonna, we chuck the 8 green gems. If they don't make a match, that's fantastic, because we're gonna do 400k bonus damage. It's not really that much extra damage, but it's there. So another 6 million, and then we're gonna sub, and we just need 2-3 matches to recycle. These are choose green. We have greens everywhere. So let's just get rid of some of them and whatever. We'll see how it works out. It doesn't really matter here. I'm just gonna put gems out. No need to overthink it. He's gonna match a bunch of greens regardless, so. And you can see the bleed sub goes into effect. And, you know, get close to not quite half his life in a cycle, but pretty close, right? Let's see if we can 2-cycle it. Bigger cascade. So that's a scary thing for me, with the chance to cascade on that. So it's kind of funky. I'm not sure if I like it or not. To be honest, I don't know that I do like it. But whatever, it's fine, right? It's not the end of the world either way. Almost got him in 2 cycles. So it's like a 3-cycle win, which is cool. Just swipe for the win. So it's interesting. I don't love it though. It's not his best. Now hypothetically, if you had a middle lane and used Santa, you could get Apollo on there, and I could show you what I'll show you what the bleed would be like that. I don't have a graphic, but we'll just equip Apollo real quick. I mean, plus, you know, there might be a bleed bonus in feud. There is sometimes, so I guess it's worth showing. I mean, if there is, he might be worth a middle lane if you could just bleed sub. So let's see. Oops, we don't want to manage. We want to replace. Let's see how big that bleed would be with Apollo. And, so I haven't actually looked because, you know, I liked his other stuff more, so. Apollo. It's not going to show up. It's going to be under the grays. Okay. Or I'm blinded. There he is. 200% more. So that's that you'd run it like this. So that would be a 30 million bleed if you could use Apollo or in a middle lane. 10.2 million for 3 turns, so 30 million bleed, right? So if there was like a 200% bleed boost in feud, that would get you to like I think like a 60 million. 20 mil per turn, pretty close, not quite, a little less, but close to 60 million in bleed, and then it might be way more interesting to potentially put Woods on there for another 10%. So anyway, that's that. Now he gets really interesting. These power gems he makes are gnarly. They are absolutely massive, and he's got a really good reversal. So yeah. I don't generally like power gem guys, but this is a good one, folks. This is a good one. There's a few different ways you could play this. You could start with the sub to well, let me read the moves. 7 MP power bomb, 705k damage, and choose 6 gems to make into black gems. Sleeper hold, choose 8 gems to make into black sub gems and do 678k damage for 3 turns. Those are both 7 MP. And then running single leg high knee, 7 black MP, 700k damage, and make 38 random gems into power gems of strength 300k. That's 38 at 300k. That's not nothing. If it's a reversal, and it's a multiply gem reversal. There's a ton of dudes using multiply gems. If the opponent generates at least 1 multiply gem, then deal 1.8 million damage and increase the strength of your power gems by 300k. So if you go against a multiply gem guy, it doesn't steal their turn, it looks like. It doesn't steal their turn. Okay. I thought this was a steal turn. It doesn't say it steals their turn. So not nearly as exciting. I guess at some point have to get that clarified. If it steals the turn, I love the reversal. If not, I'm whatever on it. But it doesn't say it steals the turn, and originally not all of them, the reversals did steal turns. So yeah, I don't know on that one. It could just not be in the wording, or it might actually do it. Unsure at this point. So anyway, if this goes right, you probably don't, probably not a big deal. You probably don't care that much about the reversal if it goes right. You care about the reversal if it goes wrong. Entourage, Woods for 4 purple MP, Boss Man for 2 purple MP, and 75% bigger power gems. That gets both purple moves charged. Alexa for 50%, and Nikki for 50% and 1 more power gem. Of course, if you have Turtle Ray goes here. 150% better. But a lot of people don't have Turtle Ray, so we're going to start off this way. Now, there's 2 different ways you can play this. You can start off with the sub to use this, or you can start off with the power bomb, and I'm going to run it without a plate first. There is a plate that makes it much, much, much easier, but I'll show you. We're going to go against Sammy for this one, because he doesn't start, I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're using the sub, but we'll just go against Sammy in case I cascade. The only downside to this moveset is the potential for cascade. So What we want to do is we need to charge this 7 MP, and we'd start with 1 in feud. So we are going to make a 6 match. Like so. Right. And then after that, it doesn't really matter. That I cascade every time. Now we can put our power gems out. So this isn't going to go as planned, and we don't have the skill plate. So this is the risk, so it's fine because I want to show you. We do want to recycle the power gems, but we don't have any of our purple gems, right, that we need. So we are going to take those 3 on this row break. Even though it's going to lose more gems for us, we're going to need to get back to our purple. So we're going to do that, and then we're just going to put some sub gems on the board. That refilled our purple, which is what we needed to do, and our power gems are refilled. So this is with things going wrong, still pretty decent-ish, but you can see what happens when you cascade. Yeah. Wait, we're doing the choose move. So, choose move, you want to do a, like, oh, I don't like where these are at. A 5 match, 6 match is actually what we want. Because that will load on the swipe. Then we swipe. You can see it just does a ton of damage though, gem damage. It's like, not gem damage, power gem damage. I'm just doing so well here. It does like 30 million unblockable. I'll do it again though. Hopefully we won't get the cascade, and then I'll show you on the ticks. I'll show you an ideal version. And that's why I said you can use the sub, because if you cascade, you don't get any power gems out, and they can potentially slap you in the face. So the safe way, I'll run it the safe way for you. This would be the safe way, is to use the sub to load this to start. We need to do, what is it? 1, 2, 6 is fine, and then this can go, these can go anywhere. Just use the sub, drain them, okay? You have more pin bar to work with. This is the much safer way of doing it. I just don't like using a sub, so I was gonna show you the sneaky way. Now you make a 6 match. Let's just go vertical. 7 match, I'm sorry. We'll do 7 match. Like so. Watch how big this ticks. 27 million in power gem damage. We'll throw that out again just for fun. We're going to swipe once. It's going to drain him. Boom. And then you could swipe again for the W. So it's really safe, efficient, very good. Of course, if you don't end up getting Big Boss Man, just use whatever 2 purple MP trainer you have. Won't be quite as big, but it'll be fine. Right? Now, you can run this with a skill plate that makes the recycling a lot easier. And then, of course, with the power gems, you can always use Leo's Katana. Honestly, though, Leo's Katana for him, he's going to drain so much damage that most of the time it's not going to make a difference. And the reason I'm fine showing it with it on is because it doesn't add any extra damage. It's simply defensive. But the skill plate here is going to allow you to recycle much easier with this moveset and keep it safe. Eternal Positivity, whenever you break 3 or more black, get 3 purple MP. And that makes this like really easy to recycle comparatively. So I do want to show that. I'm also going to try it how you can win turn 1 again. We'll see how that goes. So 6 match, and then just set up a black 3 match if you have enough gems for it. Perfect, I didn't cascade. And you can see that gave us 3 purple MP on the power bomb. Now we're going to throw this out. And we're going to take a black swipe. That did 30 million. Our purples have, our purple choose is refilled. And we only need 3 black MP for our sub. So we are going to tick the power gems and then go into the sub. Like this is fine. We can take the power gems again, and you can see that's a turn 1 win. And the skill plate is just on to help with recycling. I just wanted to show what that would do, potentially. Now, let's move on to another power gem set, played similar but differently. What? We are going to swap in the Apocalypse finisher, the 2 moves we haven't seen, and the Choke Slam. 7 MP Choke Slam, 700k damage, choose a 7x4 area to make into power gems, again of strength 300k. Hardcore, if opponent's style is chaotic, first deal 700k damage, and increase your purple gem damage by 100% for 1 turn. Then the Apocalypse, the 10 MP finisher, deal 125k bonus damage for every power gem. Then finisher, deal 1.5 million damage, and choose a 7x3 area to swap into purple gems. And for any of these, you can go armor. His strap really doesn't matter. I just wanted to show the katana as an option because a lot of people will be like, use the katana. When you make 9 or more power gems, decrease all your opponent's gem damage by 80% for 3 turns. But the thing is, once he gets his power gems on the board, they're most likely dead anyway, you know? So katana's definitely an option. And so is armor build for him. I think I prefer Fury, to be honest, just because he does break some gems as well, and I like damage, so, you know, that's generally me. Entourage for this one. This is I'm gonna use Ray for this one, because we're moving up. If you don't have Ray, you'd use one of the 2 trainers I just showed you, right? Yeah, no big deal. Otherwise, the trainers are gonna stay the same. Woods, Bossman, we're adding NWO Hogan in to get to that finisher easier. And then Ray, like I said. So this plays kind of really identical. The black moves won't be charged. We really need to get a 7 match, right? So we start with 1, and a 6 match actually is fine. We start with 1, and 6 MP gives us 8, so that gives us 9, and you'll see from there, right? So 1 MP, we're gonna do a 6 match right here. Okay. That is 6, right? And then Cascade Risk, let's mitigate that. That loads this move, and then the finisher is 1 swipe away from being loaded. Then we're going to put this down here. We're going to hopefully not Cascade, right? We're going to swipe. This would load the finisher. You can see we did 29 million damage. Now we're going to hit the finisher with the bonus damage on the Apocalypse. So it's 3.5 million bonus damage, some move damage, and then we pop the finisher and the purple gems. And you can see Sammy zeroed. Most of it all unblockable with the power gems, right? Let's go against the Chaotic in Steiner, and I can show you that. With the purple gems getting boosted, obviously you could use the Dominic Mysterio plate for this moveset, get a little bit more purple gem damage as well with the boost on Chaotix. That would be interesting. But same thing applies. We're going to do our 6 match. Which... it's uncanny how I can do that. It's absolutely every single time, right? I am a cascade machine. Alright. That totally messes the whole feng shui of this build up, by the way. This is where you would want the Leo's power gem if you messed up, because now you can't swipe it, and you can only hit it once, right? You can only hit it once, so... it still hits pretty hard hitting it once. You can see we almost can, on a chaotic, we did 46 million, right? With that setup. So on a chaotic, you can almost 2-click it. Almost. If you had, because you just replace Santa with NWO, you'd lose Bossman and Ray. You can't quite, but you could almost 2-click it on a chaotic. Now, if you have Mellow, you can run the same thing, but much more efficiently. Meaning you don't need to worry about Hogan, so you can add more power gem trainer, right? You can add another 50%. Alexa, Nikki, doesn't matter which, they both had 50%. This is an area. So, still the exact same gameplay, but now we have even more power gem damage. During 99 MP, he's going to be wild, by the way. He's going to be maybe the best 99 MP A superstar we've ever had. I don't feel like that's an exaggeration. Yay, I don't cascade. Perfect. Now we can do our swipe. Boom. The only downside with the buff is the purple gems only last one turn, so I don't really care about the buff, to be honest, because we're swiping. Same thing with the Dom plate. We're swiping, so you're gonna lose both of those buffs. Those are more if you want to try and 2-click against the chaotic, and I don't really think it's necessarily super realistic. So during 99 MP, yes. And it's only 21 gems, so you'd need a huge cascade. You can see we did 49 million gem damage there. Anyway, it's quite good. Quite good. You could always... You don't cascade enough to make a Purple Royal Rumble work. If it was like 7x4 and 28 gems, you'd be much more likely to cascade. But 21 gems, you're not going to cascade into a Purple Royal Rumble that often. So I played around a bunch with a bunch of 2-clicks, and outside of 99 MP, I don't think it'll really work for him, sadly. But now there is one thing I do want to show and this is for the people who really love power gems in particular. If you have a middle lane, which means in feud you get +1 MP bonus, and if you have mellow, this makes it very, 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 very good. You can do some really big trickeration and some massive power gem damage that I think you will love. So this is for you people that are power gem enthusiasts. I don't like them. This is one of the cooler power gem characters in the game, in my opinion. So if I think it's good and I don't love power gem people, I think the people that do are going to be like over the moon about this character. So if you have a middle lane, you actually can get both of the power gems loaded and the choose move. And this is where the katana would be the way to go, to be honest. Because even if you like cascade, then they're done. So this is the moveset with the middle lane that I would in particular recommend the katana for. You've seen all the moves, so let's just see it in action. So you have 4 for all of your MP, your black and your purple with mellow. Your turn gives you 5, Santa gives you 6, and the 1 MP middle lane bonus would give you 7. So all 3 moves would be charged. Also, you can do this during 99 MP, but I would run the finisher instead, probably. Anyway, doesn't matter. You're gonna do the choke slam first and just throw it anywhere, and then the other move is gonna fill it in. So your whole board is going to be power gems. That's 49 power gems at strength 1.35 million ish, and now you just make a 5 match. You doesn't matter where, just make a 5 match. Actually, you better just make a 5 match. I was gonna say you could make a 7. And then throw your power gems out again, but it's totally a waste of time. So just make a 5 match anywhere. Preferably don't cascade a bunch, but there's one. But you can see what happened to Sammy's life. It's gone. We did 58 million, and then you swipe again for another 58 million. Right? That's like 100 million in 2 swipes. And if you don't cascade, you can swipe it 3 times. So literally with the middle lane, I'll run it again because that was fast, without all the talking. Literally with the middle lane in this build, it's a 5-click in a 2 or 3 swipes, and you can drain anybody in the game. Right? Like, so 150 million turn 1 from the A superstar with the middle lane. It's unblockable too, by the way. Unblockable. So, or with not even the A, the B, the free one. Like, yeah, a Brutus is kind of a thing. Like, legitimately, maybe the best A tier we've ever, or the best free one we've got ever, maybe, and for sure in a long time. Also, think about the fact that you could get these power gems on the board in boss and then just swipe away for boss at like, you know, 50 million a swipe. And so there's one. There's a second tick, and he was dead already, so you can't see the third tick, but there's room to swipe 3 times. I'll go against Steiner. I don't think I'll drain him with one, and then we'll just do one where... one. And again, the same thing applies, though, with this, with the katanas, is we're trying to swipe, right? So the katanas are going to go away. As you swipe, they're going to lose their turns. And why do you need them? With this much power gem damage, you only need them if you cascade on the wild card, right? So, but this is the one where it definitely would make sense for them, the katanas. But that's only in case of you cascade all the way on the wild card. You wouldn't have drained them completely, and that's like your backup, like, because you only did 50, mid 50 million, whatever it is, right? You can see 1 swipe, 2 swipes, and then 3 swipes. So you can, like, literally drain anyone in the game with a middle lane. You can do, like, 150 million plus. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Brutus Beefcake, maybe the best power gem user in the game. I don't know. Hall of Fame Ron might have a case for that. I don't use him with his power gems, and most of his damage is not from his power gems. Most of Hall of Fame Ron's gem comes from his multiplies. He uses power gems. They can buff his multiplies, but I don't consider Ron a Hall of Fame Ron a power gem user per se. He's driven by his gem damage. So, but other than that, like, you know, who are your best power gem people that you really, really like? This has got to be like up there with any of them. Batista comes to mind. He was another free one that has big ones, but I think Brutus flows easier. And yeah, about boss, you run, let's say, like this moveset, but with Ray, right? If you have Ray, you can run this moveset with Ray, and then you're just charged. And you chuck all these power gems, and you have the black to purple plate, and you refill this. So you refill the purple and you get the black out again. You get a whole gem full of them. You could do that. You could just start with black and Undertaker and just put, actually, I take that back. You could run what we're running here, right? For boss. And I just was kind of thinking about this, just these 2 moves, fill the board, and they're 7 MP. And you could run Taker here and like use a prop or get a match, right? So you could do, I mean, it's gem modifier, Taker's black MP, just for example. Right, so that would give you 2 black MP, your turn is 3, and Santa's 4. So you could use 1 prop or 1 black match in boss, whatever you wanted. And then you're actually doing 1.5 million power gems. You'd lose a few after you were swiping, right? But 1.5 million times 49. You're going to lose some, though. So you're going to lose 3 at the start. So let's just call it 45. 1.5 times 45. That's 67.5 million. And then once you hit 2 moves, how fast can you swipe? It's slowly going to go down, but let's say you even average 60 million a swipe. How many times can you swipe in the, if you have a black match to start, you have like 5 and get your moves out, you probably got a good 30 to 35 seconds to just swipe, swipe, swipe at 60 million a pop. That's going to add up in a hurry, right? For needing no buffs for boss. He's also focused, and he has the hell freezes over. He would be an all the time incredibly productive carry, meaning no matter what the boss is, he's probably going to do like upwards of 300 to 350 million with an unfreeze. The only thing you wouldn't help with is the shield, but if you need unfreeze, it's there. So I really actually low-key love him for boss in the focus slot as a very productive carry all the time. So like I said, potentially one of the best free we've ever gotten for the MLC. Not counting like the shredders that show up free sometimes where you can get them, but like just the free one. Some of the other ones have been really good, maybe a little more outdated at this point, and you know you need more to make them work. Like you needed a drip plate to make Dakota and Ludwig work, right? So there have been some great ones, but I think it's literally one of the best ones. And if you're a power gem enjoyer, I think you're going to play the heck out of this card. So very interested what you guys think. Let me know in the comments, and remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching and good luck out there. Woo, those are some beefy, see what I did there? Power gems. Beefy. Beefcake? Haha. I crack me up.